Little fucking bastards.
Read on 4K.
These are the different types of enemies. You've got wyverns, which are aerial beasts, which are force beasts, barbarians, which are mainly attackers, and commanders that deal extreme amounts of damage. They're the people you want to look for. Alright. Circle to place the troop, X to cancel. I'll give you more information once we actually get into this, but I'm really wanting to get into this.
So how about we stop this recording for now, so you can get all the gil you need entirely, and start recording back up once we're done. Once we start.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll see you guys then once we make the gil. Bye. Alright, we're back.
Now, hopefully this thing will actually work. I saved up about 5,000 gil to make sure that I had more than what they were asking for to save up.
Okay, we're ready.
Sweet!
So you need to pay until they say we don't need any more, and then have...
At least enough of what they say to have in reserve. So if they say you need 4,000 in reserve, have at least 4,000 on hand before you go into the battle.
Exactly.
There are many beasts, so you may want to deploy more attackers in the first one. We're going to try to do as many of the attacks as possible.
You can have a list of when they're available. Now, if you do all these, you'll get a special materia, as well as a weapon for Yuffie. Speaking of which, we forgot to mention a weapon for Yuffie.
Right, where you find Yuffie is in the forest and such. There is a blue bird-like creature, it's called a formula, and you can steal a boomerang from it. It's a fantastic weapon for Yuffie this early in the game. Later on there's much better ones. We'll cover those also later. But this is how you play this mini-game. You see this shack up here? This shack is where you're at. You don't want that to be reached. Down here is where the enemies will come from, these two main areas. You see how the pointer finger says that you can't do anything? It's because you can't do anything. See that line? That red line right up there? You cannot place any units below that line.
You can place it right up to the line, but not below.
You can also not place it on obstacles. It's only these lines of movement. You can go all the way around here if you wanted, but you cannot go below that line. These are the different types of units that we can use as of right now. We've got fighters, which are basic units. Attackers, which are strong against beasts, but weak against defenders. Strong against beasts, weak against berserkers, or barbarians. Strong against barbarians, weak against wyverns. Strong against wyverns, weak against beasts.
It's rock, paper, scissors concept.
Basically. Repairers help repair your cannons, your stoners, and your catapults. And your workers, which can set bombs. I honestly have done all of these fights without using repairers or workers, but I do believe that stoners are fantastic. Catapults are pretty cool, but you know, as you can see, I only have enough gil for what I can use extra. All of the money that I gave them is gone. So, use what gil you have when you have it, okay?
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to be starting to set some attackers and fighters up on my front line. I like attackers first because the attackers are going to be more of a brunt assault against those beasts. Now, as you see, all of my stuff is going pretty far down. Now, I like stoners to be up here.
Well, stoners are usually high, so.
Now, just to make sure that we've got some good defense up here, because defenders have a high health and a high attack, I'm going to put these guys up here. Now I've got one fighter. I'm going to put a couple more fighters up here if I can.
One more.
And I'm done with my attacks. So, that's all that I can do. You press X to start the fight, circle to select it.
It goes back to the original setting, unfortunately.
Now, on the left side of the screen, you'll see that it says 11 on my side, 2 on the enemy's side, and it's got a bar. That bar signifies how close the enemy is to that shack. If it gets up halfway, then it's going to get up halfway. On the right side, you'll see speed. It says high and low. If I press R1, the speed will go up. L1, the speed will go down. I like it at low, that way I don't have to worry about being attacked too much. Now, action. You go up to your unit and you select action. You move to where you want it to go to, and you can attack. As you see, as he keeps moving, that bar keeps moving. Okay? So I'm going to have my left flank over here, attack their left flank. In the meantime, I'm going to have this guy move over here, this guy move over here, my fighter start moving into position for good defense. It's a very tactical game at this point in time.
And leave your defenders waiting there?
No, I'm going to move my defenders right into position here in the middle. Because they're slow, they need to be able to move into position when I need them to move into position.
I say it's a good time to speed up the movement for a while.
Okay? When one of your units has done what it's supposed to do, it'll ask you if you want it to do anything else. If there's an enemy nearby, it'll attack the nearest enemy. If there's not an enemy nearby, it'll automatically wait. If you press circle when it says arrived at the desired position or defeated a certain enemy, it'll go directly to that unit. That way you can have it do something else. Since I'm not wanting it to do anything else, it'll just wait there. Oh, there's another enemy right there. So I'm going to start slowing stuff down.
There's 2 more enemies out there. There's a Wyvern right there too.
See, my attacker's not taking that much damage from these beasts, which is a good thing. Now, there's a Wyvern and a beast right there. Only I had a shooter, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You don't need the shooters to take out waivers. You can have your fighters take them out too.
Right, but I'm going to let them get a little bit farther up.
Your attacker's going to win. If only just. I probably won't survive this next battle though.
Which means we need to have other people start moving forward. Oh, there goes my unit.
Which was obvious to begin with.
Now this guy's gonna also die, so I'm going to move one of my defenders over here. He's going to be weak against the wyverns, but he's also going to do some decent damage.
And since he's already pretty damaged, already he's going to try to kill it.
And there's my... Yo. Alright. The main focus that we're trying to do right here is we're just trying to get these creatures to stay where they're at. Keep them low. Now this big guy, he's the commander.
He is the boss of the area, basically.
Now if the commander is to make it all the way up to the top, then that means we have to fight him. As in, the characters that we've got have to fight him.
Now I don't remember, do you lose anything for doing that?
Not necessarily, but there are some nifty items that you can steal from only the commanders.
Are they actually called commanders?
Yes, it's a commander, I think.
I'm about to look up the beach area.
Basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have all allies attack the commander.
What about the beast?
The beast will be taken care of. Once the commander comes out on the field, it's basically going to be killed. No other enemies will come anywhere near. They won't start coming up anywhere. And as you see, my allies start to swarm this commander.
Well, you kind of need to. Look at the damage it's doing to you.
Oh, one's gone.
What's to be expected?
And that's that.
All the enemy attack. Nope. Sorry.
Careful, it's a collector's item. Now, they will always say the Shinra troops will be back until a storyline event later.
In fact, the next attack's going to be relatively soon.
7 allies left out of the 11 that I had sent. So there's 1,400 gil. And they found a nifty item.
The magic comb, which is a weapon for red.
Yep. So that's it. That's basically the mini game for Fort Condor. We'll probably come back and do more mini quests with the Fort Condor battles.
Actually, more than likely we'll do the Fort Condor thing off screen. We'll just mention what we got there.
Right, so basically it's the same basic concept, different strategies, you'll get newer people, you'll get newer items, things like that, so keep coming back, visit every single time you get a chance to.
We will tell you at the end of the set when the next time they'll appear.
Okay. Now, the next time they'll appear is sometime here relatively soon.
The first battle is before you rest in Junon. It's a storyline event. The second time they'll attack is after resting in Junon, which we will do off screen.
Okay, so the next time it'll be resting in